World War II was one of the most devastating conflicts in human history, and the role of Japanese soldiers was pivotal in the Pacific theater. From their rigorous training and deep-rooted ideology to their fierce combat engagements and controversial tactics, Japanese troops left a lasting mark on military history. This script explores the experiences, motivations, and ultimate fate of these soldiers, shedding light on their contributions, hardships, and the impact of war on Japan. Japan's path to World War II was deeply influenced by its rapid modernization in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. The Meiji Restoration saw Japan transform into an industrialized power, embracing Western military techniques while maintaining the Bushido Code, a samurai ethos that emphasized loyalty, discipline, and honor. This mindset played a crucial role in shaping the ideology of Japanese soldiers. The 1930s saw the rise of aggressive nationalism, fueled by economic turmoil and expansionist policies. The invasion of Manchuria in 1931 and the Second Sino-Japanese War, 1937 to 1945, solidified Japan's militaristic stance. By the time Japan entered World War II in 1941, its army was one of the most disciplined and determined forces in the world. The training of Japanese soldiers was rigorous and designed to instill absolute loyalty to the emperor. From a young age, boys were taught that dying for Japan was the highest honor. Military academies, such as the Imperial Japanese Army Academy, focused on physical endurance, hand-to-hand combat, and absolute obedience. Soldiers underwent brutal training regimens, including forced marches, bayonet drills, and exposure to extreme conditions. Psychological indoctrination emphasized self-sacrifice, discouraging surrender under any circumstances. The notion of gyokusai, shattered jewel, reinforced the belief that death was preferable to dishonor. Japanese soldiers were equipped with a variety of weapons, including the iconic Arisaka rifle, the Type 100 submachine gun, and deadly katanas wielded by officers. However, they often faced shortages of modern weaponry compared to Allied forces. Japanese military strategy relied heavily on speed and surprise. The attack on Pearl Harbor exemplified this, as did their rapid conquests in Southeast Asia. Jungle warfare tactics, guerrilla strategies, and the use of fortified island defenses made them formidable adversaries. The surprise attack that brought the U.S. into World War II. Japanese forces overran American and Filipino defenders, a brutal jungle conflict marking Japan's first major defeat. A turning point where the U.S. crippled Japan's naval strength. One of the bloodiest battles, where Japanese soldiers fought to the last man. A grueling campaign that showcased Japan's determination despite inevitable defeat. Each battle demonstrated the fierce resistance of Japanese troops, often fighting in near-suicidal conditions rather than surrendering. As the war turned against Japan, desperation led to the formation of kamikaze divine wind units. These pilots volunteered for suicide missions, crashing explosive-laden planes into Allied ships. While some saw it as an honorable sacrifice, others were pressured into participation. The kamikaze strategy inflicted damage on U.S. naval forces, but ultimately failed to change the war's outcome. The psychological impact, however, was profound, showcasing the extremes of Japanese military devotion. Japanese soldiers endured some of the harshest conditions of the war. Limited supplies, tropical diseases, and starvation were common, especially in prolonged island battles. Despite these hardships, they maintained discipline and fought tenaciously, often resorting to hand-to-hand combat when ammunition ran out. Prisoners of war were rare, as surrender was seen as dishonorable. Many soldiers chose suicide over capture, using grenades or ritual seppuku. This mindset contributed to the brutal nature of the Pacific War. The Japanese military's treatment of POWs and civilians has been widely condemned. Events such as the Bataan Death March and the rape of Nanking highlighted extreme brutality. Harsh labor camps and biological experiments by Unit 731 further stained Japan's wartime record. While not all Japanese soldiers participated in such atrocities, the culture of obedience and dehumanization of enemies played a role in these actions. By mid-1945, Japan was on the brink of collapse. The atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki forced Emperor Hirohito to surrender on August 15, 1945. Many Japanese soldiers struggled to accept this, with some continuing resistance in remote islands for years. Following Japan's surrender, its military was dismantled, and the country underwent significant reforms. The pacifist constitution prohibited offensive military action, reshaping Japan's global role. Many veterans struggled with their past, and the memory of Japan's World War II soldiers remains a complex topic. Some are honored for their bravery, while others are scrutinized for their actions. Japanese soldiers in World War II embodied a unique combination of discipline, nationalism, and sacrifice. Their legacy is one of both valor and controversy, shaping Japan's history and its relationship with the world. As we reflect on their role in World War II, it is essential to learn from the past to build a more peaceful future.